So for today, the belief buffet lesson that I want to talk about is how to be present. And the best tool I know to do that is Byron Katie's tool, Woman Sitting in Chair. I returned from a weekend adventure, so filled up with abundance and awesome and wee. And then as I woke up into the default world today and started to put my life back in order and look at my to-do list and check on emails and things, I realized that, well, look at that. The default world of traditional success and bank accounts and numbers was a little stressful. I had notifications from my crypto holdings saying, warning, things have gone down 5%. And then another email a few hours later, it's gone down 5%. Another one, it's gone down 10%. And I was like, whoa. And then checked on some other of my investments and realized, oh, wow. So I went from this place of beyond rational awareness of my abundance and my richness and the glory of being alive into this like chest constriction feeling of like, oh my, this is not good news. And then suddenly got swept up and pulled into all these thoughts of worry and concern and in that place of shift, that rapid change from bliss to suffering, I'm so grateful that I quickly was aware, like, oh, the only thing that changed is my story. I'm still the same person sitting in the same chair. I just was not disciplined about my diet of information, and my story changed, and I started to focus on the cone. I started to focus on the crap instead of the cone. And so luckily, the tool that is so helpful for me is Byron Katie's Woman Sitting in Chair. When you start getting caught up in that story, you're on the road, sitting in your chair driving, and you go, oh my gosh, I think I'm running late, or there's traffic. Now I'm going to be late. If I'm there late, then there's going to be no chairs there. If there's no chairs, I'm going to have to sit in the back, and I'm going to have to ask my question. I'm going to have to push through people, and then they're going to be frustrated with me, and then I'm going to be nervous, and no one's going to listen to me. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I just took a time machine into a future that's never going to happen and am suffering, creating this world of suffering based on a story, based on thoughts. And so what's the only thing real in that scenario? Guy driving a car. That's it. And today, the only thing real as I was going into this story of suffering was man sitting in chair. As Byron Katie so wonderfully taught me years ago, and I'm so grateful. What's the only thing real? Woman sitting in chair. Man sitting in chair. Man talking to camera. Man talking to other human being, listening to their words. Now, as you interpret their words, I could start going, oh my gosh, now I'm worried about this. And what if that happens? And if that happens, you can go, okay, I'm visiting the future. It's not a real future. It's an imaginary one. So now I can return back to the present moment and relieve myself of the suffering. So I'm so grateful that I got to practice that today. And then as I'm practicing that, I log into the Noon Gratitude Circle, and lo and behold, who is there? Amy and Asher. Amy, who I was just thinking about celebrating her on Mother's Day. Amy, who is the mother of my bio son, and Asher, my bio son. So I got to see Asher's face and his smile and hear his voice and say I love him and hear him say he loves me. And how quickly this story and suffering and this imaginary futures, I could return to the present moment and live once again in abundance. Once again, revisit the glory of the present moment. Like this one, right now. So thank you for sharing this present moment with me. If you are caught up in a story of suffering, if you are dealing with possible scenarios, stress, regret from the past, worries about the future, it's okay to visit those things. But as they bring you to a place of unnecessary suffering, as you experience future fiction as a present day reality, as the thoughts become your stress and pain and suffering. Free yourself. Get back to the present moment. People sitting in a chair. Thank you. I love you.